Hey folks, what's flocking? I hope you're doing well. So today I'm gonna talk about Pokimane. Now, my views on Poki is, and I'm sorry to say this, less than neutral. Especially after the mini cookies drama or whatever the hell they were called. Like, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt after she got hassled by Leafy and Keemstar back then because of the tier free subs that would be simping over her and not getting a lot in return as they would put in all of that money for her Twitch career. Go ahead, call me a simp. But then I heard about the mini cookie situation and I was like, nah, to hell with this, man. Pokey is a spoiled brat that gets the Twitch staff's special treatment all the time. I made like 3 videos covering that situation, and I'm surprised I even had to make 3. The drama was completely uncalled for. Overpriced cookies for no real benefit other than to eat a so-called healthy snack with sugar in it and keep funding Pokimane's career as Twitch's biggest content maker. And she was doubling down on it. She said that the cookies were handmade by the bakery, but we all know it was factory made. Come on, it was literally right out of Costco. I understood that she wanted to do this as some sort of passion project, but come on, the price of cookies as the same price of a goddamn Fatburge egg? It was overpriced then, and it's still overpriced now. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about something else. So, there's this clip that's going viral about Pokimane making this confession to her chat on livestream, and it's not about her, unfortunately. But for the context of this, you're gonna lose your shit, because I might not sound like it right now, but I sure have lost mine.
Because I thought of it, because when I was reading this and the message was actually nice, I was like, why do I feel bad? Like, I actually want to forgive this person. And I think that's a me problem. Many, many years ago, when I was like super omega active on YouTube and I was working with a lot of different editors, there was one editor in particular that I would work with a lot because his edits were really, really good. But he had one major problem, which was that sometimes out of nowhere, his videos would just be like a week or 2 late. And when you're trying to upload consistently, and when that's really important for the algorithm, is kind of a problem.
Okay, so for context, the story that's going to be told here was set off by a chatter who got chat banned for saying, "What is your most ticklish spot?" And Pokimane is like, "Ugh, this is creepy, but should I probably forgive this person as they're sub to my Twitch channel?" First things first, that sentence right there is creepy as fuck. If someone asks me that, I tell them if they were trolling, and if they were, I just go, "Ha ha ha, you're really funny," and move on. But if not, I just mute them and block them to keep me from being weirded out. Easy problem solved, easy. But to Pokimane, this is a serious problem for her, as you'll see why in a minute. You're gonna hear the story with her editor.
If you're gonna be a bit slower with the upload so that maybe we can work around it, blah, 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 blah. Months go by, and he messages me out of the blue, and he says, "Hey, do you have time to talk? I'm ready to finally tell you why I've been struggling so much with deadlines." And I said, "Oh, like, great. Hopefully this is something that we can fix." Tell me why he proceeds to tell me that the reason why he would sometimes turn around videos a week or 2 late is because he couldn't stop touching himself. I was trying to pick which word to use. To me, his, in a way, employer of many, many months.
Bro, this is the Twitch mod that got a boner from hugging his girl streamer friend all over again. Only difference being that we don't know who this guy is, and if he wanted the story of him being told of that he fapped to Pokimane's pretty face while he was her editor at the time. I mean, hey, if this was the same guy that wasted time with being a week or 2 late with the edited clips of Pokey on her YouTube or whatever, and then he decided to say the reason why he couldn't make the deadlines was because he couldn't stop beating the meat to Pokey, then what line is really crossed when she admits it to her chat? Lord knows that he gooned her 24/7 while he was the editor. That got me thinking, if he was gooning over an actress or a porn star or anyone attractive, anything with a pretty face or big tits or big ass, this guy would fap it before going to work. Then by that time, the deadline would be too late. And this was Pokimane's editor, in a sense. Pokimane was the editor's boss. It was his job to edit Pokimane's videos or streams to make it look more entertaining. I don't like Pokimane most of the time, but props to her for trying to reason with this guy. It was kind of sus that he didn't get the deadlines in time. Maybe she thought that, oh, he was injured or in the hospital or something. But when you find out the real reason why he couldn't make the edits in time was because he was so busy masturbating to you instead of working for you, you realize, okay, reasoning's out the window now. I'd go as far to say that it might have been an addiction. This guy was so obsessed with girls that it cost him a job with a big live streamer in the industry. I don't know what to say to that, but if it's really a problem for you and it's affecting your job, why don't you talk about it with a friend or your therapist? Try to get this problem solved. Not with your goddamn employer and ruin the chance you have with putting good references on your resume. But Buddy was like, nah, if I talk about it with the person that I fap to, maybe this won't be an issue anymore. Well, now it's not, man, because you got fired, and I think we all know why.
Felt so bad. And I have firsthand experience kind of seeing how much... Ew, don't... where's that sentence going? I have firsthand experience seeing other people struggle with addiction. So firsthand, shut up! I mean, like, I've seen people that I've even lived with struggle with addiction. So when he's like, you know, like, this is like an addiction of mine, I genuinely felt really, really bad. So I still paid him for months.
Pokey was like, yeah, just take the money, spend it on the therapist. You literally have a problem. If I was a girl streamer with money to spend and this was the nonsense that I was dealing with, a man stroking it to the point of climax because I was pretty to him, I would have been like, nah, man, you're done. You're cooked. Get the hell out of here. Because I'll say this, even though it's kind of sad to see someone struggle with addiction, it doesn't have to be your problem. Like, this isn't a family member or a lifelong friend we're talking about here. It's a random ass guy that Pokimane found on the internet streets and hired him to edit her videos. The fact that he admitted to jerking off to your pretty face is evidence enough that most of the random ass guys in your live streaming career as a viewer or that work for you are gonna goon over your pretty face. A man applies to be a part of your streaming team as a mod or an admin or an editor, etc., and you happen to be a pretty girl, more or less likely they'll have a nasty thing that involves you in a way. Because I'm sorry to say this, but no man is gonna sit there for 7 hours on end to watch Pokimane stream just for her talent or personality. Oh, hey guys, I'm streaming Valorant today. Look, I'm carrying as Jet in Diamond 4. Meanwhile, the man viewers glued to their PC screens waiting for Pokey to do a nip slip. Average Pokimane viewer in a nutshell.
I don't want to know what you're jacking it to. I don't want to know more.
And she says it herself. She doesn't want to know what these guy viewers are doing while she's live streaming or have some form of experience of her presence. So it's confirmed that how the Pokimane fans are acting this way. If Pokey were to go somewhere in public with a majority of guys, like a GameStop or a bar or something, bones would be popping and not in the way you think. Now, I don't want to defend the meat beater here because he was the one that started all of it, but my concern about this is if the guy told this story in confidence and didn't want this to go public. It's a good thing we don't know the editor's name, because if we knew his name or what he looked like in the public, he'd be a laughingstock for Twitter and YouTube and everyone else out there. Would he deserve to be ridiculed? Maybe, because he was the one that decided to fap the Pokimane instead of editing the videos as it was his job. then told her about it when Pokey wanted to work out this missing the deadline issue. Then again, did he really want that story to go viral? I know it's degenerate and gross, but whoever this guy is, we now know that he fapped to Pokimane instead of editing his videos for his job. This guy wasn't boasting about the situation, unlike the Twitch mod who flexed that he got a boner from hugging his e-girl streamer friend. He just told it to Pokimane and no one else. Now Pokimane is telling the whole wide world, and she acts like this is pretty uncommon for my male editor that I send my videos to. Because I'll say this again, most of the guys on Poki stream, whatever association they have, are very promiscuous and want to see any glimpse of Pokimane in that way. Whether it be a nip slip or a kiss mark of a photograph that gets sent to their mailbox, the guys that like Pokimane want it. I guess Poki learned her lesson from that time. Start running a background check for the clip editor positions. Hey, do you jack it to Pokimane while she's not looking? Answer honestly. You answer yes, Pokey is grossed out and you miss out on a job. You answer no, you're lying through the teeth and you want to see that pretty Pokimane face too much. And I can't stop these guys from wanting to yank it to Pokimane. It's their life. They can do what they want. But people like this guy who say they want to work for Pokimane, but they have other intentions like yanking it to her, it's not going to look good for your professionalism. Imagine that though. He threw away a good opportunity and his professionalism as an editor because he got too frisky with seeing Pokimane's face and wanted to relieve that frustration, then told her about it as it was an issue to meet the deadlines. As most internet tricksters would put it, she's not gonna fuck you, bro. In all seriousness, whoever this guy is, if his personal info or face gets leaked to the public, I don't think he'll be able to move on from this. But this is a really crazy scenario, and if this isn't the end of it, more jaws are gonna drop, and maybe more bones to pop, huh? Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Like and subscribe for more. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.